What's shakin', Bacon? Archangel here. So, the other day I defended males against yet another guy slandering males just to receive some gynocentric approval. And the guy simply rolls his eyes and says, "Oh, you and your MGTOW. Then he thought himself clever and said it again, MGTOW. So I said, people say MGTOW. Nobody says, I'm an MGTOW. Then he noticed my annoyance at him, and just like a little kid that has found out what annoys you, he proceeded to sit and enunciate the acronym letters MGTOW over and over and over. MGTOW. Then he says, well, I'm an MGTOW, just like you. To which I immediately took reservation and said, no, you most definitely are not. You have a girlfriend who will probably be an ex-wife one day. Are you kidding me? You are part of the Matrix. Yeah, well, I support Trump. Wow, really? That has nothing to do with anything. A little FYI, male disposability and feminism are both products of the good old-fashioned traditional conservatism that you boast of. You really have no clue what MGTOW is, do you? Yeah, I do. It means you're ugly and can't get laid. And he followed this utterance with gratuitous amounts of chuckling. So I said, what? Where on earth did you get that idea? Actually, MGTOW means Mongolian goats tailgate oatmeal wheelchairs. He simply snorts at my mockery. Also, nowadays, when our cars act up, we take them in to repair shops, and a technician plugs into the computer to get a malfunction code. So, for a certain segment of the population, they will read a Mitsubishi Galant transmission overdrive wiring malfunction code. No, MGTOW means that you are woman haters. Really? Well, I'm quite sure MGTOW stands for Manic Goiters Tolerate Orange Weasels. And then on Sundays, it stands for Magnetic Grills Teeter on Walruses. Psst, yeah, whatever, wise guy. You're probably gay. Or Miniature Gargoyles Tether Orwellian Washcloths. And when the temperature is below 31 degrees Celsius, it is commonly known that Manchester goalies troubleshoot ostriches' welfare. Unimpressed as most white knights are, when I turn around and satirize their attempts to insult me rather than reinforce their ego as being clever with defensiveness. It thus ended in the usual fashion, with grow-up, man-up shaming hurled at me. I realize that male empowerment is gaining momentum and striking disgust and fear in the hearts of misandrist gynocentric doormats everywhere, and the snooty goddesses holding their leashes, and this is for good reason. MGTOW upsets society's apple cart with menstrual gravy tickling omnivorous waterbeds. That is frightening, especially when you awaken to the corruption of reality and finally realize that Moses generalizes tofu opioids willingly. Now, indeed, a wise being once said, mosquitoes gesticulate, therefore optometrists waddle. How can you deny this wisdom, no matter how many man-ups you throw at me? Furthermore, I have witnessed machinists gamble tacos on Wednesdays. And yes, there is a lot of controversy over MGTOW when you understand that military texts Guantanamo over waterboards. Understand that male empowerment is not about acronyms. It is about addressing unjust devaluation and expendability. So to all the simpering soy boys, to all the misandristic, gynocentric, cheeseball, masochistic, man-up, female-worshipping, doormat, man-ape, throwaway shovels, all you jelly-filled mangina tampons who shame male empowerment, just remember, you insult freedom from within a cage. Now, if that is too deep an introspection for you, then consider this. Marriage granola tarnishes oscilloscope wattage. Do you really think that you know what MGTOW is? Well, I will tell you. It's everybody's favorite sandwich. Mustard teriyaki goulash on wheat. It's also the order of instruments in the Smurf Orchestra. Mandolin, tuba, guitar, oboe, and the walkabout whistle, also known as a didgeridoo. Citizenry, be advised. MGTOW is everywhere. And you female-addicted servants should be well schooled in politically correct social justice censorship. So to defame MGTOW as a bunch of gay, jaded woman haters would neglect all other MGTOW out there. Or, worse yet, you lump everybody in with your ignorant classification of a cult of woman haters. I mean, come on, macaroni grazes Tuesday on walleye. So are they a hate cult, or are you just trying to bully fish-ingesting pasta? You see, before you throw the first rock, look at your own glass house. Because not all MGTOW are like that. Some Minotaur geishas teabag opossum whiskers. Well, at least they do in Hong Kong and Tijuana for the right price. Now, when it comes to defying mistreatment, men going their own way is simply words. However, the true heart is not words, but a force, a terrifying force driving males to empower themselves and shake off the yokes of subjugation, finally seizing control of themselves for the first time in their devalued lives. In the face of such greatness and power surging within male communities, men going their own way, as a description, is a bit pedestrian and watered down in its attempts to represent the swelling male power. But it is this force of emboldened, passionate, resolved, mistreated males driving this fairly unclever acronym. This is what rightfully scares the general populace. In regards to the acronym, perhaps MGTOW or MGTOW is more appropriately translated as monoliths gain traction over women. Or possibly monuments grasp their own wrenches, since we no longer need chicks to do this. Heck, even WGTOW would describe this emerging male force. Now, some will rebut that WGTOW is for chicks, women going their own way. But we all know this is fantasy. Since skirts do not go their own way, they cannot survive without males. They must follow dudes around and take whatever males will allow them. So WGTOW is applicable as warriors going their own way. And finally, to all those self-satisfied doormats that think they know what MGTOW is all about, just understand that Manitoba garlic terrifies orangutan whiskey. And if you are ever in Japan, you must visit the famous Miyagi's Godzilla Tokyo Ornithologist Wonderland, a very high-end retail chain that caters to monster reptiles and bird watchers. Apparently, it's a local favorite of herbivore men. MGTOW. I don't think the world is quite ready, but just like they say in hide and seek, ready or not, here we come. My friends, stand with me, live free.